Hello, my name is Sheena Bowers. I have been asked to leave my home on 2 occasions. One time renting, which was 3 years ago, had just me and my daughter. At the time, also carrying my son. And I occasionally started getting mail to the home. It was in the owner's name of the home who I was renting from. I would call the owner and let her know that there was mail coming to the home and it was coming from the same place. She would just tell me to put it to the side and don't worry about it. Maybe about 2 weeks into me having a conversation with her about the mail, I opened up the letter, and of course it was letters coming from the bank. So I gave her a call again. Next thing I know, I had got a knock at the door. I was just coming home from work, and it was the sheriff and a lady representing the bank telling me that I had to turn the keys over to them and I had to move out of the house because the house was up for foreclosure. At that time, I had nowhere to go, didn't know what to do. I was pregnant and also had my 5-year-old daughter there with me. You're telling me to leave, but where am I supposed to go? I had just sent off rent money and I had no money. You know, what am I gonna do? I'm pregnant, I'm out here, you know, I can't call off from work. You know, I need the money. I need to keep my job. At that time, I stayed at a family member's house for about 3 weeks until it took me time to find another home, which was in the same area that I had moved in. When it rained outside, it rained inside the house in the basement. So it flooded. The walls were molded. We'll call the landlord to come over to fix the problem. They brushed me off. 2 months into renting from them, I was getting notices to the house, and it was from a company that owned the home. I called Beyond Housing, got a hold of a counselor there and spoken with her. She got me on board. I started with the rental program, which I enjoyed it. We were renting a brand new house. Everything was new, you know, I had no problems. The neighborhoods was nice, and Beyond Housing to me was a blessing in disguise. After 1.5 years of renting, I got a phone call from the homeowner program telling me, "Ms. Bowers, are you ready to become a homeowner?" And I was like, "Is this a joke? You know, are you serious right now?" And they were like, "Yeah, you are approved for our homeowner program." And I just dropped the phone, dropped to my knees, and I just started thanking God. When I went to go looking for homes, I felt like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm actually doing this. It was like a dream that wasn't really true, but it is true. And it's just been a blessing for me. My family and I are now in a good spot. We're in a good home, a home that we can call home and enjoy together. I thank you, Beyond Housing.
My name is Marie Smith. I'm a resident of Veneta Park, Missouri, and I heard about the Beyond Housing Home Repair Program through the city of Veneta Park, through the City Hall. I was married to Eugene Smith for 42 years. He was a Negro League baseball player. These are 2 baseballs that he threw, 2 no-hitters one day. He loved baseball. And he played from, he told me the first ball game he heard on the radio as a kid, he fell in love with baseball. And he played until he was, I guess, 50-some odd years old. Okay. He played with some of the really big leaguers. We have 3 kids, and he's proud of his children and grandchildren. But he was a wonderful man, a wonderful husband. He took a lot of pride in anything he did. He was a proud man, very proud, and loved his home. He did not allow anyone to come into the house and do any work that he was able to do. He fixed plumbing, he did the painting, the decorating, he did it all. I mean, even down to cutting the grass. Nobody cut Gene Smith grass but him. We lived in Vignettes Park 42 years until his death. And all of the work to be done in our house, he did it up until he couldn't do any more. He was 85 years old. He cut a tree down in the front yard, then his heart went bad. My husband and I worked together. I retired from the Westboro Country Club after 20 years. And my husband retired from National League Company. Half of the income was gone after he died. So I had to take whatever was left and do the best I could with it. So there are lots of things that I was not able to afford by myself. And that's when I became familiar with Beyond Housing. They did some work for me. And some of the work that they did was extraordinary, like where the light fixture was working. I paid people to go up there and do that. Went undone for I don't know how long, and they came in and the first people they sent actually did a bang-up job on that. Thanks to Beyond Housing, it's not leaking anymore, and we've had some big rains. I would recommend Beyond Housing to other people that need the help. I really would.
I'm Shannon Lewis. I'm the mother of this wonderful young lady here. This is Trinity Knox. Well, first of all, it accommodated everybody within my family. I have Trinity, and then I have a 9-year-old, and then an 11-year-old. It was the one program that everybody appreciated, if I can put it in that way. Trinity brought home so much information concerning our history, and concerning our culture within St. Louis, and then even the background of Freedom School, to know that there were freedom riders and the people that fought for civil rights. And then also the staff, man, the dedicated staff there. One thing that Trinity was kind of, especially with going to school, she was kind of down about was that she can tell that the staff didn't care. You know, it was very stressful, even to the students. But in this atmosphere, it was automatic. They were automatically with Mr. Terry and Von Treese. They really had a really great staff, and they looked for people. They went out hunting for people that were into children and education and believed in this program, and that will put forth every single effort in this program. And that was one of the major things, that they loved it and that the people there loved it. Hats off to the staff. Hats off. And even like she said, most of their summer activities came through Beyond Housing. I don't care if it was the park, swimming, bowling, or even family activities to get us as family, to make us feel like a community to be here. Hats off to the staff.
Nelson Mandela. It was a really good book. It was really telling us more and more stuff that we can learn.
That's the awesome thing about Freedom School, because it's a reading program. And so even when the kids left, throughout the year they read so many books, and just the text of the books were so powerful. And then at the end of the year, they send them home with books, culturally diverse books, which was really, really, really powerful.
We get to make a lot of things in the math. It's really almost easy, but not that easy. When it's not that easy, I skip it and then go back to it when we review it. Hi, my name is Trinity Knox, and I'm 7 years old. My favorite color is red, and I like to play around and go around places. I like to ride my bike, but when I fall off, it gets a little bit hard, but it's still fun to me. If you want to get your education, go to school more. Don't just stay home and pretend that you're sick. Go to school. Hurry up and go to school so you can get your education. Sometimes people may say, I don't want to go to school, but they just go to school, and as soon as the day starts, school seems fun to them. It seems good. It seems awesome, cool. But you need to go to school to get your education. It's really good to do good things in the community. Help people. Help them if they get hurt. Don't just stand there and be a bystander. Why should children go to Freedom School? They should go to Freedom School because Freedom School really helps people learn about things. It really makes people learn about the past and in the future. They need to go to Freedom School to learn more things. They can't just stay home, do whatever they want because they're going to forget the rules, forget the things, forget everything, and just think about playing. Reading is very, very important. If you read, it will give you a life. Reading will encourage you to do things. Reading is a future. If you read more books, you can learn about things. It makes your brain pump up. I will be a teacher, teaching things really good and the coolest teacher I can be. Some days I'll bring candy, some days I'll get a dog and then bring my dog to school or not. Or I'll make sure the class has show and tell every Friday. We are the next generation. People often ask, where is the next Malcolm, Martin, Rosa, or Ella? And I hate to disappoint you, my friends, but there will never be another Martin, Malcolm, Rosa, or Ella, but there is the next me. I can create change in the world, but I need you to believe in me. I don't need a lot of money, but I do need your time because the 60 seconds in a minute is worth way more than a quarter or a dime. I need your compassion. I go to school with some pretty cruel kids and often the victim of name-calling and laughing. I need your love, and I know sometimes you say it, but I need you to show it because when I get older and go through tough times, memories of your hugs will get me through the lowest moments. But most importantly, I need you, the people in this room, because a seed will always be a seed if there aren't things that will help it bloom. You all are the water that will nurture our spirits, the soil that will keep us grounded, and the sun that gives us power to grow and grow into beautiful flowers. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not the next Malcolm, Ella, or Rosa, but I am the next me.